It was too hard like that.
Okay. What's up, McDonald Nation? Steve Leslie, YSNLive.com. Coach's Corner, sponsored by Baird Brothers, a great sponsor of us. I know how proud they are to be a sponsor for the McDonald Lady Blue Devils. Joined by the head coach, Tony Matisi, and the assistant coach, Michael Kollar. First of all, Coach, from all of us, congrats on a great semifinal win.
Yeah, Stevie, it was very, very happy with the way our kids, just composed themselves from the get-go. And I know Mike's going to tell you more about that. But what a way to start. With Molly hitting that 5 seconds into the game, I think that just everybody took a breath then and just settled down.
Right. And one of the things, Coach, that I noticed, I talked before we got on off air a little bit. I said, your crew, your group, these girls, they've played so much together. It honestly looked like they were playing a game in their own gymnasium. That's how comfortable they came out to the start of that game.
Yeah. It all goes back to the senior leadership. Just so laser focused, Steve. There is nobody that can stand in their way. That's the way they think. That's the way they feel. And that's the way they're playing. We'll take anybody on.
That's what I love to hear. We'll take on anybody is right. Fort Loramie tomorrow, state championship game, 10:45 at Dayton, Ohio. Coach Kollar, describe it, I guess, for everybody. You walk down the tunnel in a state championship semifinal. That has to be a great feeling, not only for you, but for the whole community of McDonald to watch that.
Absolutely. I was impressed at how many fans came down, especially with the COVID and all that and the limited tickets. But we had a nice support there. And, man, the girls, like you said, started the game beautifully and never looked back. Wow, they took it to them.
All right, we're with Coach Kollar. If you remember the last interview, he told me that they will not get 40 points. Hats off, brother. They got 29. So now it's my job to be a little adamant. We can't let Fort Loramie score 40. Easier said than done, folks. We'll get into that game. But, Michael, honestly, defensively, what a performance. The way you get out and defend. Obviously, Molly Howard, 21 points, 12 rebounds. Maddie Howard, 11, 3 assists. Constantino, 15.6 rebounds. But you've talked about some of the others. Talk about those. Taylor Tuchek, 7.7 rebounds. Other girls that are lockdown defenders for you yesterday in the first quarter shut down a very good Waterford team.
Well, everybody always looks at stats and you see this and you see that. And this one had 20 points and all that. And not taken away from them. They're amazing players, our whole team, all 6 of them. But, we have a girl like Brooke Lewis, who's our 6th man that comes off the bench. The girl goes after a rebound like her life depends upon it, and she just gets it. She's just athletic and gets the board. And then yesterday I was looking at the stats, and Lucia Wolford, who could very well be our MVP of the year, really. Just what she's done this year is amazing. She took 3 shots and made 1 and had 2 points, but totally shutting down their leading scorer to the point where they didn't even want the ball anymore, because of the pressure. They were throwing the ball anywhere. They didn't want any part of it. So,
yeah, for both of you guys, how awesome is that when you see Coach Matisi? When you see girls buy into roles like that. I watched her after the game. I think when the buzzer rang down, she was one of the happiest ones. Not that everybody wasn't happy, but she had 3 points. But she shut down one of Waterford's best players. From your point, you've done this so long. We don't see that a whole lot anymore in basketball at any level. How nice is it? That's what I love about your group. It's so team-oriented, from that last girl that's dressing on your roster to the Howard twins, to all those guys. That has to be making this even a more special weekend.
Steve, exactly, Steve. They each have a role. They love their role. They embrace their role. It's so refreshing in this day. That, like you said, that's a hard thing to do. Girls, and guys, it's all about the points and the stats and having their name in the paper. But, man, they want to win. Win is number one, and there's no number 2 or 3. It's just win, and whatever I have to do it. And like Coach Mike said, Lucia, she had 19, I think, in our district semi-regional, shooting threes, making fourth, and then, she'll do anything. And that's like every one of our girls. Right. They don't care what it is. They know their role, and they embrace their role.
Well, McDonald fans, McDonald community, you got a special group, the coaches, the players. Tomorrow will be a state championship game. You can watch it on Spectrum. I know I'll be tuned into that. I'll be traveling with the football team to South Dakota. But, coaches, I will be up at 10:45 watching that state championship game. I want to go to you guys before we get into the state. Coach Kollar, Coach Matini was sick, went through a long time. Watched you guys' interviews yesterday. Is it safe to say that you guys enjoy every second together away from the basketball court? You've had time now to put the state semifinal game away. You're preparing for a state championship. How nice is it for the both of you to just sit back and enjoy, family time? Because I know how close you two are. How special was it for you to see Coach Matisi back as the head coach and there's no doubt in my mind, you could be a head coach wherever you want it to be. How special has this been?
It just beyond special. I mean, this guy, he's like my big brother, really. We are family. And I mean, the guy's approaching 500 career wins. He's just amazing. He just gets it done, and I feel so fortunate that, he asked me to come help again. And, it's just, this whole group is special, but you know what? He is the head of it. He's the leader, and he's something special in his own right. So,
well, those are great words, Coach Matisi. On your end of it, I was able to see you last week watching your son for the Springfield District Championship. It's written all over your face, Coach. The excitement, the enthusiasm, how proud you are not only of your crew but of your son, of Coach French's team. You are one of those guys that supports basketball in our area at every level. That's what makes me so proud to be one of your friends. But on your end of it, this group of girls, I was able to see the interview yesterday, and I wanted you to talk about this, of how they feel of Coach Kollar. It was written on both of their faces in that interview. I thought that was awesome for McDonald fans to see. Yeah, the head coach makes a lot of decisions, but as well as I do, it's the assistant coach that 9 times out of 10 is that guy that's there for these kids when things are tough or when there's things that the ordinary fan doesn't see. Michael Kollar is the best at that. Talk about that a little bit.
Stevie, first of all, we've been together for a long time, and it's never really been a head coach and assistant. We are on the same wavelength. Mike just has such a great way of getting across to the kids. You would not believe how much they love him. He is just unbelievable. And I probably told you this before, Steve. I don't think we're here without him. I don't know who else. I begged and pleaded with him to come to McDonald with me. And he's such a hard head. He give me a hard time. But after that first practice, he was sold. He was sold.
Yeah, it's obvious.
And I don't know. He's gonna say no, but I don't know if I could have hired anybody else that did the job that he did when I was gone. I mean, he like you said, he could be coaching anywhere. So fortunate to have him.
Well,
I just hope they know what they've got in him.
I think McDonald knows what they have in both of you. With Coach Matisi and Coach Kollar, state championship coaches corner. I love the sound of state championship coaches corner. Fort Loramie tomorrow, Coach. We're all been around this a long time. I'm not sugar. They're really good. There's no doubt about it. They're one of the best teams in the state of Ohio. But McDonald fans, you have a team that also is one of the best teams in the state of Ohio. Preview it, Coach Kollar, for us a little bit, some of the keys and some of the things about this Fort Loramie team.
Well, their team's a little different than the teams we've been facing. The last couple games we faced, they had really good guards, but so do we.
Right.
And our guards kind of won those battles for us, and that helped a lot. Now, this team we're playing tomorrow, their guards are good too, but their bigs are where they, get all of their, points, rebound. They got 2 6-footers in there that could shoot the ball, handle the ball, and they're very long, lengthwise, wingspan, and they play 9 kids, and the game's going to be fast.
Sure.
We're going to have to find some stamina somewhere in there. The court's long, but so far, I mean, these McDonald girls have stepped up to every challenge in front of them, I ain't betting against them. I'll tell you that.
I think that's the greatest answer in the world. We've talked off the air. That's why you play the game. That's why it's a state championship. If it was easy, then anybody would do it. This team is determined. There's no doubt about it. You have another day of practice today. You get to enjoy the rest of the day. For both of you guys, well, what's the biggest key for McDonald to come home state champs?
Well, I think we're going to need some really good performances out of a lot of kids, not just 1 or 2. I think it needs to be a whole collective thing. And even we talked about earlier about all our role players and doing this and doing that, their roles are just going to have to be a little bit more expanded against a team of this caliber, and like I said, I wouldn't bet against us.
Nope. So I'm going to put it, Coach Matisi, I'm going to put a little pressure on him. He said 40 in the semi. I'm going to be nice and give him 5 more points. So I'm going to say 40. I'm going to say 45. No, honestly, McDonald fans, support it. Get on TV, watch this basketball team. Great staff, great girls, great community. Northeast Ohio, the Mahoning Valley, in support of this team. 10:45 state championship game against Fort Loramie. I can't thank you both enough for getting on. We got a lot of great responses on the first interview. This is another great one. Coach Matisi, Coach Kollar, I wish you nothing but the best, man. Good things happen to good people. There's no doubt you two are great people. Keep steering that bus the right way, and there's no doubt in my mind McDonald is going to come home with a state championship, because I would not go against this girls team in any way. They play too hard. I know they will play hard and leave it all out on Dayton's floor. But from DJ Yoakley, Brian Scott, and myself to you guys and the staff, enjoy your day, soak it all up, and good luck in the state championship.
Thanks, Stevie. You're the best, man. You're the best.
Have a good one. Go have a good practice. And remember, we'll leave it at 45, Coach Kollar. That's the number that you reached today. I got all the faith in the world that you could set that up. Enjoy your day and go win a state championship.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it all.
All righty. Thanks. Have a good day.